Hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Jordan and today I'm back with another video for you for Nautis Home. Today we're going to talk about the July 2023 update to the game, which bumps us up to version 0.2.1.0. Yeah, let's jump into it by reviewing the patch notes. Alright, so there we go. I've got the patch notes up on the screen now. We're going to go through these. These are actually listed on the official Nautis Home website. I'll put a link to the patch notes down in the description box below if you're interested in checking it out for yourself, but we will go through it together right now. Let's see, the biggest feature of this, and you might have seen my video, my little sneak peek video, which, you know, Nautis Home V-Step, they posted a quick little video on their YouTube channel a couple of weeks back, kind of giving us a sneak peek of what to expect with the game with this update. And this is the big feature that they were showing off, which is night lighting for the environments. So the night lights switch on and off automatically following the time of day. Limitation: some loading time is required when night lights are switched on or off. So we've got a nice shot here showing the Clipper Canary, I believe. And you can see all of the night lighting of the city around it. I have to say it. I wish the ship was also lit up with its own night lights, but it is what it is. This is what we've got to start with. I'm actually surprised they did the environment night lighting before the ship night lighting, you know, passenger lights on the ships. But this looks great. I'm happy to see this. They've also added the freedom to look under the vessel with the orbit camera to see the propulsion in action. So previously we couldn't really tilt down that far. Actually, it was a limitation for me to get screenshots for my videos. Yeah, they've now removed that limitation with the camera, so we can now go under the water and see. So with this viewpoint, you can see how the controls affect the movement of azipods, propellers, and rudders. This will increase your understanding of the propulsion system and help you maneuver your vessel. Because it's very realistic. You would just go right under the ship and see what's going on under there, right? No, I'm just kidding. Alright, we've got a new course. Manoeuvring 3, a theoretical and practical course about interaction effects. I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of gave up on Manoeuvring 2. I was trying to record some videos on it, and some of those courses were just a little bit on the edge of frustrating, and yeah, I gave up. So we'll see if I try out Manoeuvring 3, but honestly, the content I post on my YouTube channel doesn't seem to be favoring the maneuvering courses. It seems to be favoring exploration scenarios and update videos, so that's kind of where I'm focusing with Nautis Home. So I'm not sure if I'll actually cover this or not, but if you want to see it, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do. They've also added a brand new vessel to the game. It's called Pomoxis. They don't have any information about the vessel here actually. In the update email they sent out, there was some additional information. It says, in response to the request from our valued Nautis Home users, we are delighted to announce the newest addition to our virtual fleet. A container feeder ship, the Pomoxis, named after the sunfish, is designed to transport standard containers between smaller ports and a central terminal hub. This vessel type can reach smaller ports and bring cargo closer to their destination. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. We'll take a look at that shortly. For the Almeda, they've added propeller wash against the rudder. Doggerbank corrected the pilot card's speed. They've moved the Doggerbank bridge wing cameras outwards, so the sides of the ship are visible from those camera locations. And they've got a fix for the anchor of the Cheviot Bandit being invisible. I feel like we've seen that before actually, but okay. Environments, improvements to the Rotterdam environment. They've added a new bridge, they've added some towers. Here's a screenshot of one of the bridges they've added. And these are some of the towers they added. I'm guessing these are just like, I've never been to Rotterdam, I don't know much about it, but I'm guessing these are kind of iconic landmark buildings. Containers in the Hartelhaven were not fully on the quayside. They have been moved back. Jetties have been added to Berghaven. Raise the seabed a little for the floating stones issue. trees near the Rheinhaven Bridge that were in the water have been removed. They've got some stuff to do with that on the Rhine map, from what I remember. Seabed changes. The entrance of the Krabbenguel Georgich had a depth of 6 meters, which is too shallow. The seabed was lowered until it was at least 9.9 meters. Depth in the Vielgat near the island of Tijmerton was indeed very shallow, 2 meters deep, and this was made deeper. And they've also made improvements to the Sydney environment. Here's a screenshot of that. I remember this bridge from sailing through Sydney. And so they've added, by the looks of it, these piers, these docks here. Jetties and collisions of jetties were missing, incorrect near the Spit Bridge. The bridge itself had the wrong orientation. Poles near the bridge at incorrect positions, or should not have been there. Jetty in Sydney City Centre, which was available in Ship Simulator Extremes, was added. So this is a screenshot of that. I believe I'm actually probably blocking some of this with my head. There we go. So this is a screenshot of what they've done. Looks like this is from Ship Simulator Extremes, this screenshot here, and then this is Nautis Home down here. Alright, that's cool. And re-addition of jetties all around the shoreline, which were not there anymore, and that's kind of like an overview of where those jetties were added, I guess. Seabed changes. The seabed of Sydney was not accurate in several places. The seabed area of 12 kilometers by 6 kilometers has now been updated so the depth information matches the original charts. They've got improvements to the New York environment, seabed changes. The New York Ambrose Channel has indeed a minimum depth in the middle of the fairway of 13.9 meters. Seabed has been changed to match this. Improvements to the Koblenz to Mainz environment. I think this must be part of Rotterdam, or maybe even the Rhine environment, I'm not sure. A few pyramids were found in the seabed. These have been smoothed out. Okay, and some known issues. In some scenarios, the wind speed indicator starts with a very high value. It will slowly go down to the correct value. And sometimes the dialog close button needs to be pressed twice. Alright, so as we can see, there's quite a few changes to the game in this patch. I thought we were going to be getting a new environment with this patch, so I'm a little disappointed to see that that's not the case. But we did get a new ship. We do have the night lighting for nighttime mode, which is something I've been really wanting to see, and I had no idea that they were even going to do that this quickly in development, but kudos to them for getting that out there. We've got the new course, Manoeuvring 3, some changes and updates to some ships there. But yeah, and then all of those environment changes. So all in all, this is a solid patch. Let's fire up the game and dive into it and see it in action. Alright, so here's the courses. We've got the introduction, Manoeuvring 1, Manoeuvring 2, and now we've got Manoeuvring 3. The description says this course is about the effects the environment and other ships have on your ship. And if we take a look, let's see what they've got in here. So sail straight close to the bank, sail straight and past the harbor, sail in a circle in shallow and deeper water, pass an oncoming vessel, pass an oncoming smaller vessel, overtake a large vessel, a larger vessel overtakes you. Then they've got the exam, which I'm not even going to try and pronounce this. And then the last one, from Masshaven to the shipyard. So quite a lot of scenarios in here. Honestly, these sound pretty fun, so I'll probably give some of these a try and I'll post them up on the channel. I was saying earlier I was not even really wanting to try Manoeuvring 2, and it's because I was getting a little frustrated with this one here in particular, stay in one place, but this one uses a strong current, and it's next to impossible. I'm telling you. I need to research it a little bit and see how I would do it, but I got a little bit discouraged. Exploration, we've got nothing new here, so that's that. We do have a new vessel, so let's go and pull that up. Let me see if I can find it. No change on the first page, and here it is. Pomoxis. Container feeder ship. This feeder container ship is designed to transport standard containers between smaller ports and a central terminal hub. The largest container ships can carry more than 20,000 TEU, 20-foot equivalent units, but they are too large to enter smaller ports and require special cranes for loading and unloading. The feeder ships can reach those smaller ports and bring the cargo closer to their destination. This means there is less need for road transport, making the whole system more efficient. Their capacity can vary between a few hundred up to a few thousand TEU. The Pomoxis can carry 1,000 TEU. This vessel is 149 meters long, 23 meters wide, and 47 meters high. It does have a tonnage, a displacement of 18,600 tons, and its max speed is actually quite good, 18.4 knots, and it's got a max draught of 8.7 meters as well. So we're gonna select that ship. I would like to check it out in daytime, but you know, I just want to fire up a scenario here. I'm not going to do San Francisco. I've been doing that quite a bit on my channel lately. Yeah, we're going to go with Hong Kong. All right, and I'll go to this spot here, and let's start. I don't remember actually setting the conditions, so once this loads up, I'll have to change the conditions and get the night lighting going. Okay, so before we make the environment darker, let's go ahead and take a look at the controls in the ship itself. So we've got a standard steering wheel control, we've got the autopilot. I don't really remember this horn button being here, but maybe it was there. It might have been. We've got two thrusters. I don't know if that's a bow thruster and a stern thruster. I don't know if it's two bow thrusters. I'll play with that and we'll figure it out. And then we've got our standard thrust there. This is obviously the bridge view. And let's take a look around. Alright, that's what it looks like. And that's the binocular view. I mean, nothing new there. And then we've got, this is orbit camera. This is the stern view for the Pomoxis. Right, so that's the stern view. This is the bow view. Right up on the bow. And then we've got this is the port side bridge wing. This feels high up. It feels very high up, actually, this bridge. So yeah, it's the port side bridge wing and then the starboard side bridge wing. That's what we have to look at. Alright, and then let's go back to the orbit camera because there was a change, if you remember from the patch notes, which is, boom, we can look under the water. Now, honestly, I don't know how I feel about this. I wish they would have left the, you know, actually made an underwater effect. It looks like they just kind of, I don't know, removed the effects of the water for some reason, which isn't very realistic or nice to look at, but you know, at least we have a clear view of the underside of the ship and we can get the camera down lower than we ever could before, which is nice. I mean, like, check that out. That's a pretty cool screenshot right above the water. Hold on, right there. I like that. I might do something like this for the video thumbnail. Yeah, this flexibility with the camera makes it a little bit better to, you know, capture some unique views of the vessels and the environments. Oh, looking at the back side of the ship here, yeah, the bridge is quite high up. We've also got the, you know, the lifeboat here in the launch cradle position. We've got a little cutter boat there as well. It's a pretty nice vessel. Now, I don't think I'm in the right spot, actually. This wasn't where I expected to be, so I think what I'll do is I'll leave and come back in. Alright, here we go. We're in the game now, and I've got it in night mode. Alright, so as you can see, the ship is completely blacked out, but we can see the city lights around us. Let me get some lights on the vessel. And I've got a little bit of a sunrise coming up here, based on the time that I set it up for. But yeah, this is Hong Kong at night. It's a little funny going down under the water though. We're just clipping underneath the environment, but yeah, no, this is quite nice. This is definitely This is definitely better than what it has been. I mean, shadows aren't perfect, but it does look quite nice. You can see the buoys in the distance also flashing their lights. Alright, so before I finish off the video, I do want to check and see whether or not this is two bow thrusters or if it's a stern and bow thruster. So let me check. The best way to do it is probably just to kick the back one on, or the bottom one on, and see what happens. According to the instruments, we are turning by the stern. I'm pretty certain it's a stern thruster. And I mean, judging by the instruments, actually you can't see the instruments, but let me show you the instruments. So yeah, judging by the instruments, you can see here actually, they've got it listed down here versus the other one, which is up here. And I think for the Dogger bunk, which has two bow thrusters, they're both at the top. So that's a clear indication that it's a stern thruster with a bow thruster. And I for one love that. Yeah, you can see the wake actually here for the thruster. So it's definitely a stern thruster. So yeah, this ship has a bow thruster and a stern thruster. That has been confirmed. Anyways, that's it for me on this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up down below and let me know in the comments what you think about this update. Again, if you want to see me do the Manoeuvring 3 courses, be sure to let me know in the comments as well, and I'll be sure to take that in consideration. If you'd like to follow along with my Nautis Home content, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification icon so you're notified when I post new videos. I am starting to post content outside of Nautis Home again. Be sure to keep that in mind if you do subscribe. My channel's not purely Nautis Home, but I do try and keep you informed with what's happening with the Nautis Home Early Access. And with all that being said, thank you again for tuning in, and until next time, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye now.